hang up on. There it goes. Now
Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Now it's live.
Oh, there we are.
It's slow.
I was getting all worried. I'm like, are we live? Are we live? Hey, happy Halloween, everybody. I'm feeling a Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse scene tonight. So we're going to do all kinds of shenanigans. I don't know how much trouble we can get into tonight, but I want to welcome you all. Happy Halloween and welcome to Lindy's Treehouse. And the treehouse is haunted tonight. So we have little bats flying around inside the treehouse. It's spooky. Yes. And little ghosts flying over your head. And yeah, so don't be scared, okay? Because it is Halloween. It is Halloween. I'm glad you're all here. I just thought I'd have a show tonight. You know, I know everybody's doing their Halloween thing or whatever, but I don't think too many kids are trick-or-treating tonight because it's been raining all day. All to see. Phil's scared. See, I know. I'm going to share a Halloween story with y'all too. But I hope y'all are having a good week so far. And I'm just glad that you're all here because, you know, I love my Thursdays. I love hanging out with my peeps, and I care about everybody, and I love y'all and all that stuff. And my son Ryan got married yesterday, and so mom is a happy mom, and I got my beautiful daughter-in-law, and she's the best, and she's my best friend. And I love them both so much, and I just wish them the best life ever, you know. So now both my boys are married. Thank you, Bill H. Thank you. I so appreciate it. So I'm going to start out the show like I always do with my little book here, and then yeah, we'll just talk in the chat and we'll get things going here, and then I'll kind of share a Halloween story with y'all. I found something on the computer, but I have to say hello to Gypsy and Michelle, who are with me in the studio tonight, and thank you so much, girls, for joining me. And because I thought Halloween would be fun to have us all together tonight. So this is what I'm going to read to you. I just kind of close my eyes, open the book, and this is what I'm going to read. So when you do things you do with love, you give life a gleam that most people only carry a glimpse of. Your attitude affects the outcome of so many things. Smile inspires smiles. I like that. Think about it. When you're walking down the street and or you're in the grocery store or something, and you open the door for somebody, whatever, and they kind of smile back at you, or give a smile, that makes you feel good. You know, it's not hard to do. You're walking through the store or whatnot, and you're walking through doors together, and you just say hi, you know, and you smile and go on with your day. I love that. So yeah, smile inspires smiles. I like that. Reaching out brings people in. And that's so true. You know, that's so true. Looking on the bright side doesn't entail being naive and donning rose-colored glasses. It simply means leaving the system in some of these words and complaining to someone else, someone who will spend their whole life wondering why good things don't come their way. So what they're saying is, you know, if you keep thinking negative, then that's all the time, right? That's what your life, you're just going to keep hitting that wall, that negative wall, and you know, you just got to get rid of that. Being a positive person, someone who looks forward to so much, is not only rewarding, it's refreshing. The wisest people on earth are those who have a hard time recalling their worries and an easy time remembering their blessings. So that is so true in life, right? Because you keep, you know, we all go through bad experiences and whatnot, and we have our ups and downs and whatnot. And it's so easy, and I catch myself doing it, you know, going back on things and going back on my previous marriages and start thinking there, and I can't waste my energy on that. I just can't, because think about it. You know, do you think they're thinking about you? No. You know, waste their energy thinking about me? No. So I gotta keep my good energy going, right? So when I get up every morning, I just have keep my positive attitude and count my blessings that I'm here with you all tonight. And, every day I have something to look forward to. And this is my life now, and I love it. And yeah, so maybe, Gypsy, what are you thankful for on Halloween?
I'm thankful it's Halloween. I love Halloween.
Oh, good.
Except I just washed my hair and I can't do a thing with it.
Yeah. I was wondering how you were going to do that. So I'll talk to you, and then I'll talk to Michelle a little bit, and then we'll go through the chat and just see what everybody's up to. And so I'm glad you're here, Gypsy, because I this is cool. This is fun. I've always dressed up almost every year. I would dress up for Halloween, but I just wasn't in the mood this year. I mean, last year I was Superwoman, and I went to the senior center, and they had a Halloween contest, and so I went there, and it was fun. And then after that, I went where Leslie works. She works at the nursing home, and I went there and hung out with I think it was last year. Hung out with all the oldsters, did some pictures or whatever. And the year before, I was Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. And because my daughter-in-law has a ton of costumes, so when I go to her house, I just pick something out or whatever. So, and then another year when the kids were growing up, I was Peter Pan. My friend made my costume, and Michelle had my horse, because we had horses. And one Halloween, I decided I was going to take the boys trick-or-treating. I didn't feel like walking. So I got threw the saddle on my horse and put the kids, the boys on the horse, one in the front, one in the back. We went over to the next block. They jumped out the horse or whatever. I followed them down the street while they were trick-or-treating. And when we got done, they did like 2 or 3 blocks. Pick them up, throw them back on the horse, and we went home. Yeah, that was in my Peter Pan outfit. I'll put a picture on Facebook, but pretty fun. So, Gypsy, what's your best memory of Halloween?
Oh, I don't know. I guess when my daughter was little, we went all out decorating for Halloween. It was a bigger thing than Christmas. She liked Halloween better than Christmas. Me too, but yeah, decorating. And I guess when I was a merchant marine, I rode the motorcycle to work, rode it over to the dock to catch the boat, and I went dressed as a gorilla. I had my leather vest on and the gorilla full face mask and everything, and rode down the street like a gorilla, and people were stopping and taking pictures of me, and I'll have to post that picture on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, good for you. But, good for you.
Yeah, I got there and I was a gorilla, and I won the costume contest that year, so that was fun.
Oh, that's cool. I think one year I dressed up at work, and I was this was really funny. I was a cow, and the udders were hanging like because the costume was big on me, and the udders were hanging where. They laughed. They thought it was the funniest thing ever, right? Well, I go up front, and there's another gal that was dressed up as a cow, except she's pregnant. So I said, hey, this was back in the day when you could really have fun at work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, why don't you put her next to me? So I'll be the postpartum cow, and she can be the pregnant cow. So when customers would walk up, that's what I would say, and they would laugh because we had the exact same costume on. So I was the postpartum cow, and she was the pregnant cow. So I think I got second place that year. So it was pretty fun. And yeah, that's one of the memories of dressing up. What about you, Michelle?
Well, I remember when my niece was little. She was probably about, I guess about 4 or 5 years old. And me and my sister, her mom took her trick-or-treating. And she was going up to the doors, and you know how people only give, you know, a couple little pieces of candy
Yeah.
and everything. And my niece, she puts her little hand on her hip and she says, "That's it?" And I was
Oh no.
Ashley, you gotta be nice. I said, you better be thankful he even gave you any.
Oh no.
Apologize and come on.
Oh, how funny. You're like, oh Lord, that's it. That's
So it's
hilarious.
like,
That's
I was embarrassed at the same time. I was like, oh my goodness, child.
yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. I can't. Yeah, I would be like, you said what? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember when I go trick or treating with my friends. You know, I was growing up, and then we'd always go back to somebody's house. You know, one of my girlfriend's house, and we go in the living room, and we'd all sit down in the living room. We'd dump our candy. Everybody dumped their candy out, and we trade candies. You know, for the stuff they didn't like. And then
When we went trick or treating, we always took we didn't have these little buckets. We actually had pillowcases. And
yeah.
me and my
You're
sister
right.
would go
You're
door to
right.
door with pillowcases and get pillowcases full. And when
That's
we get that one full, we'd take it to my mom's car and throw it in there and get an empty pillowcase and go on, keep going. We ended up with like 2 or 3 bags of pillowcases full of candy. And then we'd have to take it home and dump it on the floor. And my mom would be like, well, this one's no good. This is no good. And I'd be like, Mom, those are fine. Those are just your favorites. That's why you're saying they're no good.
Yeah. I need to try one to make sure they.
Yeah, she would tell me they're no good just because she wanted to have those ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we would. And then remember, then all you had to worry about was the worst thing they could do was put razor blades in the apples, right?
Yeah, we had that happen. I had that happen.
Was like so.
We got an apple one time, and my sister cut it open and had a blade in it. But other than that, we went to this one house, and this dude didn't have no candy, but he gave us a whole handful of quarters and just threw them in our bag.
That is crazy. What I'm going to say, welcome, chatters. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I am so happy to have you all here on Halloween. Michelle, you want to read some of the chat? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Let's see who's in the chat and what everybody's saying.
Bill H is in there. Tony Marzano. Tony Marzano said we're gonna head down to Fremont Street tonight. Greatest place to see costumes.
Oh, fun! Oh, cool, Tony.
Bill said,
I'm glad you're here tonight.
Bill told him to take pictures.
Cool. Yeah, this is about it. This was the extent of my dressing up tonight. But I was super excited to be here with everybody, and
I don't dress up. This is my costume. I'm me.
Cool. You're just beautiful. You're just having your natural beauty. I mean, I literally was going through my box trying to find accessorized things, because I do have the rest of the costume, my Minnie Mouse costume, but I don't want to put all, I'm silly to put all that on because you can't see it anyway.
I got my sidekick here. That's the thing.
Yeah, there you go. But I thought with my bandana and my Mickey Mouse ears, I could be okay. Think of some the Aerosmith guy. See, he has long hair.
Yeah.
I could be him.
Yeah, my nephew went out tonight. I don't know where he's at. He went out somewhere doing something.
Oh, okay. As long as he checks back with you, and all that stuff, the curfew. But I'm glad I'm glad you're here. And I guess, John Wayne, what's going on? I thought I saw something to do with your motor or something. Maybe Gypsy, you can find it on there.
He discovered an Adam 80 motor mounts are upside down.
Yeah, he's got an Adam 80 paramotor. Those motor mounts are upside down. Wow, that's fun. Sorry I had to disappear. I had goblins at my door. Huh?
Is that how the motor was assembled? Upside down?
Well, apparently, yeah.
Oh gosh. How you feeling, Duke? Cowboy John, how you feeling? Are you doing okay? Always gotta check on my peeps, Yeah, Halloween. I always loved Yeah, I would dress up every year. One year I was a scarecrow, and I had because costumes even then were expensive. They're made so.
Yeah. My mom took and dressed me up as a punk rocker one time, and she took and like stuck my hair straight up and used tons of cans of hairspray.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know how many cans of hairspray she used, but it took me forever to get that stuff out of my
Oh
hair.
yeah. Yeah. I remember. I was gonna say what was it? What was it that I when I dressed up? Oh yeah, when I was the scarecrow. When the boys were little, I grabbed my husband's coveralls that
Hey, Walter.
he used for for hunting or whatever, and
Mhm.
then we had horses, right? So what I did is I put rubber bands on my legs, on the bottom of my legs, and I took the hay and I shoved the hay in the rubber band so it looked like straw, like yeah, and I had it like I had it on my wrists and whatnot, and I went to work like that. And of course, being in Arizona in October, it was still 90 degrees, and I remember had this makeup on my face. I was sweating all day at work, right? And oh yeah, as I'm walking around the store, everybody always knew what aisle I was down because I'd leave a trail of hay, down the aisle. And we still, I still laugh about that. And yeah, and then I went to work in my Peter Pan outfit one time, and everybody kept calling me, saying that I was what they say I was, an elf, and I'm like, no, I'm not an elf. So I don't like, as such, like I don't like. I'm scared of clowns. I don't like clown faces. You know what I mean? Like some of these people, you see some are really scary, and I just think I don't like the clown. I don't know why. I just don't like clown faces. But no wonder mom took us to the dentist, every 6 months, right? After Halloween, all that candy. Yeah, yeah. We had so much candy. I remember. I don't know how it is now. I can't remember even because when I was in Arizona, I lived in a retirement community, so it really wasn't any kids, Maybe
Around here, all they do is trunk or treats. They don't do.
it's safer that way. I think
Well,
that's
really, I mean, it sort of is, but then really, you still can't even trust them because, I mean, people trying to put fentanyl in candy and,
yeah,
just.
it's scary.
If I had kids, I wouldn't even let them go to those. I'd just take them to the store and say, "Here, pick you out some candy."
Yeah, exactly.
Because I wouldn't trust anything. It's just you can't trust things nowadays.
No,
It's pitiful.
I used to like to get the Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Roll. I love Tootsie Rolls, but the Tootsie Roll suckers, the pops, what they call them.
Oh yeah, Tootsie Pop.
And they're like this big now. They're like, I was
Those are the
looking at a
minis.
bag of like just suckers, and they're like,
Yeah, those are the mini. Those are the mini Tootsie Pops. You can still get the regular ones.
really? Oh,
Yeah, but you got to look at it. If it says mini, because everybody's giving out teeny tiny things for Halloween because kids come home with big buckets full of candy and it's too much candy. So they're going to the mini size for Halloween.
Oh,
But
that must be.
you could still get regular ones.
Huh. Okay. I haven't. My favorite. Well, I like the mounds, the dark chocolate mounds.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like the almond, but I like the mounds. Hi, Walter. Hi, Sugar. How are you, Sugar? Well, they already had their Halloween because it's tomorrow.
I don't know. Do they celebrate Halloween in Australia?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Walter, do you celebrate Halloween? They might not do that over there.
I know in Canada, Thanksgiving is in October in Canada.
Oh yeah. I was looking up the meaning of Halloween, but I started reading the story. So real quick here, let's see. This was like Jonah and his friends.
They celebrate Halloween in Australia, but it's not a big deal. Not big.
Okay. Yeah. See, Tony, he's going to be running down in Vegas there. Yes. Being the Shanana dog down there, watching all the cool costumes on Fremont's a party place. That's for sure. That would kind of freak me out. I don't know.
Hey, Scott.
That stuff was pretty scary and pretty, I would say, risque, right? Scott is in the house. Hi, Scott. Happy Halloween. What's up? What are you guys all up to? So we know Tony. Tony, did you dress up? Did he say he dressed up tonight? Or is he just going as his crazy self? I couldn't remember in the chat if he was dressing up. He just said they were going down there. Costume. Is Angela dressing up? Tony? Maybe they're down there already. He said he was going to take videos. That's so crazy. So I'm going to start this while they're chatting in the chat. The story about the haunted treehouse. It says, for Jonah and his friends, the one sure sign of spring was the opening of the treehouse. It had been built in the fork of a huge oak in the Smith's backyard for the past 4 summers. Sally Smith, Bill, Lisa, and Jonah had convened there almost daily to play games, talk, and eat lunch. And they used to call it the Oak Tree Club. But now that they were 12, they were too cool for the club. Although Jonah didn't want to think of it, this would probably be their last summer before turning the treehouse over to Sally's younger brother and his friends. So on a warm Saturday in late April, Sally got the key from her mother with Jonah, and the others climbed the ladder and unlocked the padlock that had kept the clubhouse secure through the winter months. The treehouse was just one room with a tree trunk and a large limb poking through the floor. That's kind of like what I envision my treehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the trunk going through, right? I'm trying to have everybody like just pretend, just visualize, as everybody's sitting down, like remember when you're in school and there was story time and you all sit on your little mats. That's what they're all going to leave the chat now. So the structure was solid, but far from weatherproof. Yeah, that's kind of, mine's, I don't know. I guess I have to weatherproof my treehouse. I might have forgot that part. So I hope you guys aren't getting rained on right now. See, we're just playing imaginary. As the kids unlatched and opened the shutters, they could feel the musty dampness. Anything made of metal, like the telescope stand, was a little rusty, and tiny pools of water near the trunk spoke of last week's rains. Jonah and Bill took the job sweeping it out, while Sally and Lisa did general cleaning. Oh my gosh, she said. She was pointing to something on the other side of the room. Look. The boys joined them and saw it. There on the wall were 5 words written in blood red paint. Okay? Ooh. It was written in blood red paint. So can you imagine we're all sitting around the campfire? And you know what it said? This is what it said. Ooh. Ooh. Welcome back, children. The specter. That's what it says. Are you all scared? The specter was their own creation. And you know what they said? A boogeyman they invented last Halloween, right before closing the treehouse. Jonah had started the story of an angry tree spirit who seeps through walls and curses them all. Sally took up the story next, and by the end of the evening, they had to manage to scare each other pretty thoroughly. Ooh, pretty. Can you imagine all these kids just sitting up in the treehouse and just, and how fun would that be, So the 4 of them stared, I hope I'm not boring you guys. The 4 of them stared at the scrawled words, open mouth, and then Bill laughed. Good job, Sally. You had us going there. And then Sally said, it wasn't me. I haven't been up here since we locked up. My mom's had the key ever since. Go ask her. Ooh. It's getting spooky now. Huh, Craig? Are you scared?
Yeah.
Probably know where. And then Bill said, you probably know where she keeps it. And she says, I don't. I haven't been up here at all, I swear. She said, did you guys tell anyone else about the specter? Asked Jonah. They all shook their heads. Then it had to be one of us. Right, said Sally, one of you guys. You could have sneaked in and probably someday when my family and I were away. And then Bill was mad at the accusation. Well, then how did we get in without a key? Wait a minute, Jonah said. Isn't there a spare key to the padlock? He said, right. I hid it inside the treehouse up there, Sally said, pointing to the ledge. Last Halloween, one of you must have taken it just so you could pull this prank. So she said, that's easy to check. So Lisa went up there, hopped up on a chair to see if the key was on the ledge. A few seconds of brushing, and the spare key came falling to the floor. And they all stared at the bright, shiny key. And Sally picked it up and tried it in the padlock, and it worked. So it's quite a mystery. So the kids were all scared because she said, so if Sal didn't do it, and if the spare key was inside the tree house all along, 3 of the kids shivered. Could the specter be real? But Jonah wasn't shivering like the others. He was laughing. So, what do you think of that story?
That's pretty cool.
Super cute. It's super cute. Look at Tony's laughing. So I have to, Walter. Do you see what Walter's saying in there? Walter, you behave.
How much for the little girl?
Yeah.
There you go, baby.
But that's my Halloween story. I think that's just super
Hey,
cute
Wolfie.
how they did that. That they're all that time they went back after the winter. They went back up in the treehouse, and it was so. I would say our treehouse is kind of haunted tonight. So we'll just pretend that because it's Halloween, right? You know how I did the side effect, the sound effects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle was just like all laughing. Will Fly in the house. Hey, Will Fly, welcome back, buddy.
Tony said, look, you guys, the same dog, LOL. Because our dogs look the same.
They're twins.
And they're both named Cricket, too. Both their names are Cricket.
That's so
Your dog
funny.
is named Cricket, too. I
Yeah.
thought that was unusual.
Oh, what's Scott saying?
Did any of you listen to talk radio at night? Specifically, Art Bell. He did the Ghost Stories show every Halloween.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know who Art Bell is, but
Little fly dressed as a fly.
yeah, you guys go ahead and read in the chat. I'm just envisioning candy corns. I wish I had candy corns to give out to everybody, but I didn't buy
That was
any.
my mom's favorite candy on Halloween is candy corn.
Yeah, you can only eat so much of that. Will Fry dressed as a fry.
Yeah.
Oh, Walter, you're cracking me up. I'm just Minnie Mouse, or the Rockin' Minnie Mouse, because I put my bandana on. Yes. Yuck. Oh, funny. Yeah, I don't know. The other candy I never liked was the ones that look like peanuts.
Oh, yeah, circus
the
peanuts.
marshmallows.
Those orange. Yeah.
The circus
the
peanuts.
circus peanuts.
Yeah, that was my mom's favorite, too. She liked the circus peanuts and the candy corn. Her favorite was the candy.
Yeah.
She'd take and put them in the freezer and let them freeze, and then she'd eat them.
Ugh.
What was the? You are
Okay.
funny, Walter. You are so funny. The Aussie. Yes. So yeah, I'm trying to think what other candies. Some of the candies that they have out there, because then they have, I think, the little pumpkins that look like candy.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing as candy corn.
Yeah, the candy. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
are
pumpkin.
they?
Yeah.
Those little yeah.
Yeah, they're just different shapes.
I couldn't stand candy corn. I could eat like 2 or 3 pieces, but that was it. It was too sweet.
Yeah, they're too sweet. I think they're yeah. I think they're too sweet.
Wolfly said Walter dressed up as a bloomin' onion.
Mhm.
A bloomin' onion. Oh my gosh. That's funny. You're so funny, Will Fly. I'm glad Will Fly's in the house, and I thank you, Will Fly. He always gives a shout out, and you know, he gives me a plug in for on the show on Thursday, you know, on Shanie's show. So thank you, Will. I really appreciate that. I do. So yeah, tonight's just a night. You guys, whatever you want to talk about in the chat, or my girls, if you got something you want to talk about. We're all just kind of hanging out tonight for Halloween. Nothing too, too crazy. I found that that cute Halloween. It's kind of an interesting the meaning of, it's kind of weird that. Did you ever look up like the meaning of Halloween, like what it actually means? It's pretty interesting. I was reading up on it. Let's see if I can find it, meaning of Halloween, and how it, how that started. And I think it used to be like almost religious or something, like they called it All Saints or something. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up.
All Hallows Saints Eve.
Yeah, it says here the word Halloween comes from the Scottish form of All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Hallows Day. Even is Scots term of eve or evening. But it just the night of October 31st, the eve of All Saints Day, commonly celebrated by children who dress in costumes and go door to door and have candy. And it said it also marks the day before the Western Christian Feast of All Saints. Yeah, and I never knew that. And let's see. That's interesting. Now what are we saying? Okay, like a flower. What is it? Well, okay, you guys read the chat to me. They're going
Just
crazy.
don't read it out loud. Will Fly.
Oh gosh.
Will Fly was impersonating Wile E. Coyote.
Oh my gosh.
You could see his tongue go.
Don't read this out loud. Okay, I won't. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Oh yeah, I remember. What was his name in the cartoon? The coyote.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
And the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
I like him. He could lick his eyebrows.
He was the best, Wiley. I could look that up too. So here it says Halloween observed beyond the 31st, noted for its pagan and religious roots and secular traditions in much of the Europe and most of North America. Observance of the Halloween is largely non-religious, celebrated with parties and spooky costumes, jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkin carvings, and the giving of candy. But the holiday also marks the beginning of All Hallowtide, a 3-day Christian triduum dedicated remembering the dead. Begins with Halloween. So that's the Catholics, they do the All Saints Day and All Souls Day and all that stuff. But I don't know. My thing is like I'm talking to you like Halloween, and they pray for the dead. Why? I'm thinking, why are you praying for the dead? Because they're already dead.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pray for the living. Pray for the dead because they're already dead. It's kind of creepy, It's like, yeah. Well, I hope you're okay in heaven, Hope everything's all well in heaven, and that kind of thing. But once you're, I don't know. I just think it's really weird. But
in case they're in purgatory, in case they haven't, been
purgatory.
Yeah, they haven't made it to heaven or the other place. So if you're in purgatory, you could still try to pray enough to get them allowed into heaven.
There you go. They all line up. Yeah, and they wait. Yeah. You have to get like tickets, to be sold out to get.
I'm sorry, we're sold out. Yeah.
Quit. Stop. I'm not scratching. No more.
Cricket's like, mom, mom, mom.
Yeah, if you scratch her and then stop, she'll take her claw and like
Oh,
pull it, like paw at your hand to get you to scratch
ow.
it some more. She's like a little beggar of attention.
Oh, she's so cute. I know those claws, they hurt. I know. I
They don't hurt. It's just she like
stepping on her feet.
pulls your hand towards her, so she'll keep scratching. You'll keep scratching her.
And what did Scott say? Don't forget what? I'm letting you guys read the chat.
The Hispanic celebration is Dia de los Muertos.
Don't forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was that. I forgot. Not last year before. I put my Minnie Mouse costume. I have a video. I think I put on Facebook. Came up on my memories. I had my Minnie Mouse costume, and I walked down to the bayfront, and and nobody even gave me the time of day. Like nobody like didn't come up to me. Oh, you look so cute. You know, something. Everybody was just totally oblivious to my costume. It was hilarious. I was like, okay, whatever. But I walked around. Yeah, I walked all the way down to the bayfront, and I walked, and the traffic was going by me, and everybody could see me, and nobody beeped the horn. Nobody did nothing. Like oh, there's Minnie Mouse. Okay, But yeah, I did. I walked down around the bay in my Minnie Mouse, and then when I was living in Arizona, I was in my Minnie Mouse costume all day at work. I got home and I wanted to go work out a little bit, but instead I went to the indoor track and at the senior center there or whatever, and I walked the track in my Minnie Mouse outfit. Everybody thought that was really funny, So I just, you got to have fun with it. That's what I didn't care who was looking at me or whatever, it was just fun to dress up then or whatever. But I think the kids, Halloween got kind of rained out over here. So, and what are they all chatting with in the chat, you guys?
Oh, Scott. Will said he'll have to look up the other celebrations. He used to listen to Art all the time. Oh, he's talking about further up in the. Oh. He's talking about the radio show. He's gonna have to look him up.
Will Fly said he just waits at the. I'm not even going to say this. I'm just going to leave it here. Yeah, because we're live and everything, so I'm not going to say what he's saying, what he said in the chat. But that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Growing up, try the what?
Bloody Mary thing where yes, I did when I was a kid in high school. They told me to do that in the bathroom, and it scared the crap out of me.
What is it?
It's like you go into the bathroom. It's like you're supposed to go into a bathroom where there's a mirror and turn off all the lights, and you say Bloody Mary thing 3 times or 4 times or something, and supposedly like she appears in the mirror or something.
Yeah. Oh wow!
And she attacks you. It's like it's like what's his name? You say, what is his name? My brain just fell out. Don't step on it. No, man.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice. If you say Beetlejuice 3, thank you. I'm like, sometimes my brain just
goes. Oh
yeah,
Beetlejuice.
If you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he's supposed to appear. I tried that. I tried saying the Bloody Mary thing. I tried all that stuff. It's a hoax. Nothing ever works. I even tried to take a hook and put it on the edge of my truck window and drive through the park with the hook hanging on there and be like, I got attacked. Nobody's like, yeah.
My when I was growing up, the kids down the street, they made their garage into a haunted house, and they'd blindfold me or whatever, you blindfold you, and they would take you through, and they had like the olives, like a bowl of olives was like the eyeballs, and they stick your hands
Yeah.
in all these different, it's
Peel-
very
peel
creative.
grapes. If you peel grapes, it's and throw them in water, it's eyeballs and yeah.
Yeah,
Cold
what did they use?
spaghetti
And
is
they had something
green.
that was real squishy for the brain.
Yeah.
And I remember going through there and just, just yelling. And they always had all this scary music, scary music going on.
Caroline said the dogs just caught something in the yard. Heck of a fight going on. Guess I better go look.
Yeah.
Oh, go check
And-
on them.
No, Walter, I didn't try to
Are
save
they
you.
fighting out there right now, Michelle? Is that what you're
John
saying?
said. That's what John
No.
said.
That's what John Lynn said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just call something.
I'm trying to figure out what these people are doing out here outside.
Oh my God. Oh, I hope it's not a coyote. Oh, and I hate that sound, dogs fighting. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, if you've ever been bit by a dog, it's very painful.
I've been bit multiple times. That's why I didn't want a dog.
I have a scar on the back of my leg from Randy's dad's dog. We used to go out there to his house all the time, and his dog was always, playful and stuff. And well, we went to his dad's house, and I had shorts on because it was summertime, and I was on the opposite side of him walking, and his dad's dog was chained up because it kept trying to run and fight with a neighbor dog, so he kept it chained up, and it ran around Randy and came around and nipped me on the back of my leg. And I thought he was playing, but it didn't, because I have like blood started running down my leg and stuff, and it hurt like really bad. And now I have a permanent scar back there on my back of my leg.
It is
Like,
scary. It's
gosh.
When I was still in Arizona and I was separated. I was living with my girlfriend, and my boyfriend at the time or whatever. He had a cattle dog, and then my girlfriend had a Rhodesian Ridgeback, and I remember I went, and so the dog, she was watching my cattle dog or whatever, my friend, and it was actually my boyfriend's, his dog or whatever, but she was watching the dog for the day. Anyway, I was at work, and I came home. I came back to the house for lunch, and I went out in the yard, and when my dog saw the Ridgeback coming by me just wanting attention, cattle dogs are very territorial and they're very loyal, and he did not want that Ridgeback, coming near me. And as soon as he did, they started fighting, and I went to break them up like an idiot. And the cattle dog, I got in the middle of it, and I got bit, like on my, top of my hand here or whatever. And all I could do is, and I didn't need stitches or anything, but all I could do is just go in the bathroom, clean it all up and everything, and go back to work, And I had my hand all in a bandage and everything. It was embarrassing. I went back to work, for the rest of the day or whatever, because I hadn't really worked at my work that long, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't just say, my dog bit me. Well, I think I told them I was going to be late from lunch because I said I got bit by a dog, and they're like, what? And so when I went back to work, I had my hand all bandaged up, but it hurt for a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did hurt. Like I said, I still got the big scar on the back of my leg. Now, anytime, I'm not afraid of dogs or animals, but now anytime one comes up behind me, I'm like, okay, what are you doing? It just makes me leery because I don't trust them now from walking behind me.
Yeah, well, when I go do my walks, if I see somebody with a dog, walking the sidewalk with, like coming towards me, either I'll go across the street or I step over in the grass. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't trust, I don't trust that at all. You have to be careful. You really do. Because that hurts. And then even Miss Molly, she didn't mean to, but that was a couple weeks ago. She was on the sitting on the bed with me or whatever, and something, I don't know, something spooked her or something or whatever. And they get over, what do you call it? Where they, she just wanted to, she bit me like right on my hand here. And, you have thin skin anyway. And that, I finally got to stop bleeding and everything and put antiseptic and whatnot on it. But boy, did that hurt. I think I don't know if she scratched me or bit me, but it was like, either way, she didn't mean it or whatnot. But I'm just always cautious when she's, especially when she's sitting on the bed with me or whatever, if she gets like too close in my face or whatever, I have to just kind of.
My cats usually don't come around me, but my female cat, she does sometimes, and when she does, I have to watch her, not for biting me, but she'll bite my phone or my computer just to get attention.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a brand new computer one time, about like the one I got right now, and I left it open. I didn't think anything of it. I left it open, went to the bathroom, and I come back, and my screen was messed up. I'm like, what the heck? And at the very corner, I seen a little tooth mark. I'm like, you little heifer. Bit my computer screen and messed the whole thing up.
Oh boy. You're like, somebody's been in there.
Yeah.
So, who do we got in the chat? Go ahead and read the
let's
chat.
see.
Whoever
We got 8 people in here, but I only have 7 on my list. So if I don't call your name, give me a shout. So I got Bill H, my good friend Bill H, and John Wayne. I hope you're doing good tonight. Tony Marzano, Walter Priori, so we know tomorrow's coming. Scott Savage, and we got Scuba, and we got Will Fly. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
So, Gypsy, tell me, you said the other day you had your kite out. Let everybody know that you were practicing or something, but you said it was too windy, or I don't know. Remember when you said you were out all day playing with your wing or something?
Oh yeah, I like to take my kite. I like to take the wing out and just lay it out in the park, and then I try to build a wall if there's not a lot of wind. But I got it. I think it was 5 gusting 8, and I got it to come up over my head.
Ooh.
Lasted about 2 seconds over my head, and the wind died, and it just like, instead of coming down normal, it just fluttered down and landed on top of my head and covered me up. And I was like, oh, so I pulled the wing off of me and looked around to make sure nobody was looking. I figured somebody'd be up there laughing at me, but
how much is the wing? How much does it weigh? Like yours?
Oh, that's a small one, but the wing I fly with probably weighs 15, 16 pounds.
Dang.
The problem is it's a 35 or 30. Now the new one I have is a 34 meter, so it's a huge bag. When I wrap it up and put it in the wing bag, it's just huge.
What's that?
Yeah, it's way bigger than a backpack. So
okay.
I just got the wing that I bought. It got all new lines on it. So I tried to go down and fly the other day. The brakes were too long, so I couldn't. Taxiing across the runway, I couldn't pull the wing down because the brakes were so long. I was dragging my knuckles on the ground, and I couldn't get the wing to come down. So we had to shorten the brake lines 3 inches on both sides, and we had to move the magnets down so I could park the brakes. We got to get it dialed in to fit me, and then I'll fly it. But yeah, Bill's wing weighs about 12.5 pounds. So how big is your wing, Bill? Is it like a 26 meter?
Yeah, Scuba said something in the chat.
Scuba said he got new lines on his, but he hasn't got to kite it yet. 21 mile per hour gust is too much. Yeah, here it's been like the last couple days, it's been 15 gusting 26 all the way up to like 21 gusting 37. So I don't take my wing out in that, but if it's 5 gusting 8, that's when I want it out there.
It would be hard to.
Bill's got a 23 meter wing, 23 meters, and it's 12.5 pounds. I got a 34 meter, so it's probably more than 16 pounds. I don't know. I need to put it on a scale, but it's heavy when you're carrying it across the field.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Gosh. And that, so when you first buy the wing and everything, do you have to buy the bag for it separate? Because I see people put it in like in a
I think
big
when
bag.
it's new, it comes with a bag, but you can buy a stuff sack if you like. My bag was what came with the Triox 34 meter wing, but
Yeah.
it's huge, and I can pack my wing when I'm out in the field. I can pack it down way smaller than the bag, so a stuff sack is a better thing for me to carry in the back of my trike because I can stuff it down to a smaller size and it's easier to carry. Walter has a 30-meter wing and Scuba has a 27-meter wing. Bill has a 23-meter, and I got a 34-meter. I'm 5 feet tall and I got a 34-meter. I got the biggest wing, but my trike weighs 200 pounds. So
Wow.
that's the difference. It goes by weight, like I had a 31-meter wing, but it's rated to 378 pounds. Well, my bigger wing is rated to 500 pounds. I don't need that much, but
I don't know how you decide what wings to get. There's so many out there. So many, like how many brands of wings are out there? Like, how do you know who to go with when you buy your wing? Who to buy it from or whatever.
That's why you get training. Oh, I went to Lone Star Paramotor. He's got so many different wings in there, and he looks at the weight rating and how easy the wing is to bring it up, or how good it flies, or if you want to do acro. It's all different applications for each wing. So you get what fits you, and you get what fits your flying style. There's A-rated wings, which are easier to fly, and you use those when you're a beginner. But then when you learn, you hone your skills, and you get a faster wing or a wing you can do aerobatics on, and you can.
So there's certain wings to do fancy stuff in the air with, but because if the wing's too heavy, you can't do all that. All those. Do people try to wing overs in a trike? Do they really do that?
I can do a wing over on the trike, but I don't do big wing overs. I do small wing overs because a trike is a lot of weight to be throwing up over the wing. So I mean, it's different if you're a foot launcher, but a trike, that's 200 pounds for my trike and 150 pounds for me. That's 350 pounds I'm slinging around on the end of a string under a bed sheet. So I don't do barrel rolls.
Yeah. Now I understand why when Keith and Kat, their trike was the exact same trike that Eric had. Eric took me up in. They had the same trike. It was a beautiful trike. But I remember
that wasn't a trike buggy, was it?
That they had two wings. They had two different size wings, and they had to change them because when Kat took me up, because I'm a small person or whatever, and then the other gentleman was going up was a a guy or whatever, a bigger guy, kind of guy or whatever. So they had to change, put a different wing on there, a heavier wing, right? Because of the guy's weight.
Well, I mean, it's bigger, it's heavier. Some of the wings you can get two different manufacturers with the same size wing, and they won't weigh the same amount because some manufacturers use thicker material, and the lighter material is a faster, more acrobatic wing. So like the same size 30-meter, I had a 30-meter Ozone Roadster 3, but it weighed more. It was thicker material, and it's an AB wing, so good for beginners or early intermediate. For some flying, but it weighed a lot more than a 30-meter of a different manufacturer because it's different materials. So
so what is the cheapest wing out there?
$4,000. I don't know. I heard there was one. I saw a post on Facebook the other day that somebody said they got a brand new wing for $2,700 from the manufacturer, but it's like, really, was it made out of crepe paper?
Yeah,
I don't know what it was made out of, and I never heard of the company before, but yeah, I just I don't know. I don't want my wing to be quite so heavy, but
yeah,
I like the heavier material because, that's a lot of weight hanging from those strings.
yeah, yeah.
I call them strings. They're lines. They're good. They're good lines with Kevlar coating on them. They got good sheathing on them, but I don't. I kind of like the heavier material because if you land where there's not perfect, like a putting green on a golf course,
Yeah.
I got I got stickers and stuff out here in the field and rocks and things, and you drag it across that when you land. You can't help it. When it lands, it's gonna drag across something.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's grass, but the thicker material holds up a little better.
I think what is that thing they got that it's gonna start in December? What is it that fly-in that Leah's doing?
Oh,
I wish I could get Leah on the show.
Yeah, I saw her post about that.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds. I've watched it. It looks really fun.
It's a paramotor stole.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. But I'm not ready for stole. You know what stole means, right? It means short takeoff and landing. So my takeoffs, if you look at my videos, my takeoffs are only a couple of seconds usually, and I'm in the air. So a 15-second video, and that's 10 seconds of me starting the engine and waiting for Ron to say, okay, it's clear whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And then then you hear me throttle up and take off, but I'm off the ground, 6 seconds.
The older couple that crashed, it was very sad, on Pennsylvania. I think it's Pennsylvania. They had it said they had a glider, but it looked like whatever they show in the picture. It looked like a trike, but what's the difference with the glider and as to, because I think he was doing a tandem or something when they crashed.
Was it PPG or was it PPC?
Yeah, they said it was maybe
Bill said it was a hang glider.
Bill H said hang glider.
Yeah, they don't have motors.
Oh. Okay. So it was
Walter, they don't
caught in the wind or something.
Walter, they don't count your takeoffs and landings by your height.
Short landings and takeoffs.
Yeah, they always do short landings and takeoffs. That'd be fine if you stand up, you're 5 feet, you got a short takeoff. Nope. He always has to give me a hard time.
He's so funny. I was looking up some Australian sayings and slang terms, so we can learn together with Walter. One says arvo, an informal term for this afternoon. Bogan, B-O-G-A-N, a term for someone who is considered unsophisticated, unrefined. And they said breakfast, they call it brekkie.
Brekkie.
Good morning, May.
Is that true, Walter? Do you call breakfast brekkie?
Guess what
somebody's just... That's like those shows.
Call it the toilet. Huh? Guess what they call the toilet?
Turlet.
They call it a dummy.
Oh, that's funny. So that's toilet donuts? Dunky donuts?
Dummy, yeah. And then fair dinkum, D-I-N-K-U-M.
Fair dinkum. Yeah, fair dinkum.
True, honest, genuine. McDonald's, they call McDonald's Maccas, Maccas.
Rob Walter says gay people call breakfast brekkie.
You be nice now. Don't be, yeah, no, you be nice
Hey,
now. I got people watching this, so yeah, we got to be nice to everybody.
Oh yeah, and we're not prejudiced. We hate everybody equally. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. So I'm just gonna leave that. That's why I don't want to say anything. The BLUDGER, blunger, a term for someone who is lazy and takes credit for others' hard work. I bet it sounds better when an Aussie says it. And a barbecue is Barbie. They call it a Barbie.
Yeah, everybody. So Bill, how long has gravity been around? So an XN, it's a brand new XN wing for $950. That's amazing.
Wow.
I'd like to be able to get a wing for $900. What size is it though? That's the other thing. It might be a 14 liter.
You'd be nice, Walter. He's calling Shane a bogan.
Shane would be a bogan.
Shane a bogan. Yeah. Someone who's considered unsophisticated or unrefined. You be nice. You be nice, Walter.
That's me.
Walter's getting a timeout.
I'm a bogan.
You are not, Gypsy. You are not. You're like first class, baby.
No, I eat with my fingers. If I go eat fried chicken in a fancy restaurant where you got to wear a black tie, I'm eating that fried chicken with my fingers.
Heck yeah.
That's unrefined.
Exactly. I don't even know what. I haven't been out. I haven't went out and had chicken wings like forever. I don't even know what it costs anymore. I just know that there was no such thing anymore as like 12 chicken wings for $10 or something, you know.
I know my daughter used to love chicken wings, and we used to go to the restaurant, and they were 10 cents a wing. We would buy $20 worth of chicken wings, and the whole table would eat for an hour.
Yeah.
Now it's like we went to. My brother came up and visited, and he took me out. We went to a restaurant, and it was $37 for 20 wings. $37.
That's not even your drinks.
No. That was just the wings. 10 wings. It was like 5 wings was $8. But if you got more, like you get multiples. So 5 wings was like $8.99. 10 wings was like $15. But you got 20 wings, whatever it added up to. But 20 wing, a tray with 20 wings on it was $37. I said, don't order the wings.
What did Scott say? Scott said something about
Paramount USA Jack in the Box wants $20 for Jack in the Box wants $20 for 12 wings.
I believe
That's crazy.
Yeah, I took my daughter-in-law. We went out to lunch yesterday. We went to this kind of a fast food place. You go and sit down or whatever. I forgot the name of it. It's not a McDonald's or anything that we have here, but it was kind of weird because you would buy the hamburger and then you pick out your condiments or whatever that you want on it. But you know, the French fries would be all separate and everything. By the time I paid for both of our meals, it was $30.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We both got a hamburger. I think she got the double one or whatever. I got the single one. I just had them put all the stuff on it or whatever. And Lordy, you know, it's like same thing. If we go, usually if we go to, you know, stop and pick up something for lunch, usually Wendy's or Arby's. That's it. And I noticed when we drove by a McDonald's yesterday that there was, with all the hype with the McDonald's, with the, you know, with the stuff going on there, that there was hardly nobody there.
What's going on at McDonald's? I didn't hear about that. I don't watch the news.
They were saying something about the hamburger. People were getting sick from the hamburger.
Oh. I don't eat McDonald's food because it just makes me sick anyways. It's too greasy.
Well,
the only thing I eat from McDonald's is chicken nuggets. That's all I eat.
The nuggets don't even taste like nuggets anymore. They're all like bio.
they don't have any chicken in them.
They're not real chicken.
Yeah. It's all genetically engineered. It's all GMO. So it's nothing's chicken. They say everything tastes like chicken because they make all of it out of genetically modified garbage. Quarter pounders, onions.
Oh, I remember Red Robin. I remember Red Robin restaurant. Yeah, they did it in Arizona. Actually, I get on Amazon. I buy the Red Robin, the hamburger seasoning. I like their hamburger seasoning, so I buy that. It's cheap, so I buy that on on Amazon. The Red Robin.
Red Robin, yum! I love Red Robin. That was my daughter's favorite place. Yeah, every year for her birthday, we had to go to Red Robin's.
Yeah. So I always
still get notices on her birthday because I got the Red Robin app, and we always got a free hamburger on her birthday. And I got a free hamburger on mine, but she would always claim my free hamburger too. So people were getting sick. They were getting E. coli from McDonald's onions that are on the quarter pounders.
Oh, is that what it was?
Interesting. Yeah, that's what Will Fly said. Scott said steak fry. I like steak fries, but I don't like potatoes, and I hate McDonald's fries. I hate those skinny little string. I hate those things.
Oh yeah, the string ones.
They're so nasty.
I gotta think. I'll look it up. The restaurant we ate at yesterday, but it was well worth it actually because the fries they gave us. Oh my gosh, it was like a whole my hands or whatever big, but yeah, it was like a whole handful of fries, and we couldn't even finish them all.
See, Red Robin has bottomless fries, and they're steak fries.
Let me see.
Me, if a fry starts getting lukewarm or warm, I won't eat it.
Oh yeah, the mushy
fries.
Mushy.
I have to take and eat them fast when I eat fries while they're still hot.
I'm not big on potatoes, which is really sad because I'm half Irish. I was the scourge of my mother's being because
I love potatoes. I love anything potatoes. Fried potatoes, baked potatoes, mashed. I will not eat mashed potatoes. No, thank you. I want to chew my own food. Don't hand me anything. I don't need any pre-chewed food. Not on my plate. If you chewed it before it got to me, I don't want it.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I agree, Tony. Red Robin's onion rings are the best.
I haven't had onion rings. I know what I like. I love fried mushrooms.
Oh, In-N-Out. I went there one time. So In-N-Out makes a good burger. And I get the burger wrap because I don't like bread. So I get the burger wraps. The lettuce wraps with the burger in it. I love that. Oh, John Wayne. All right. What about Thanksgiving with gravy? I don't like gravy either, Tony. I don't like mashed potatoes. I don't like gravy. I'm not crazy about stuffing. If you
die at my house, then.
If you make the stuffing in the turkey, I'll eat a little bit of it where it's crispy.
We never put our dressing in our turkey. I don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't think the stovetop. Yeah, we got. Yeah, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. That stovetop. I bought a box last year, or whatever, and I made the stovetop, and it does not. I won't eat it again. It does not taste the same.
I don't like stuffing, but look at me, Tony. You would think I would eat anything you put on a plate in front of me, but no, I'm really picky. I don't want anything pre-chewed, and I don't want bread, and I don't want potatoes.
What did Scott say about French fries? What did he say?
I think he said
58,000 pounds of crinkle cut fries.
Where do you?
He works at Orida. I think is it Orida? Scott, is that where you work?
Hi, Wheezy. Miss you,
Hey,
girl.
Wheezy.
Thanks for stopping by. Everybody say hi, Wheezy.
Happy Halloween, Louise.
I had to wear my Minnie Mouse. I had to put my Minnie Mouse on. I had to get creative,
You're number 8 tonight, Wheezy.
Yay.
Oh, you didn't get to
I'm
see
glad everybody's here.
This is my scary Halloween face. But if you don't want to see my scary Halloween face, you can see this instead. This
Thank
is my
you.
friendly face. There you go.
Hey, Weezy.
With
Or
the hat.
we produce or other products under contract. Oh, wow. Wow. I buy the tater tots from the Orida tater tots. And I like the round ones. They're round, but nothing's the same anymore, you know. Even when I eat those, nothing tastes the same. Those tater tots, you know. But you know, think about it. People are silly to go and buy like frozen packages of hash browns. You know how you can buy the hash browns because the tater tots are the same thing. And all I do is throw them in the skillet, and I smash the tater tots down, right, and then just smash them all up so they look like look like the hash browns, pretty much like
you know, if you smash them up, it's technically pre-chewed.
There you go. There you go. Even like
not on my plate. Don't put those on my plate.
Crispy crowns. Yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah, that's what I got in the freezer right now, crispy crowns. Because I like to make I take a, I don't eat a lot anyway, but I get like a boneless chicken breast or whatever, and I put it in my George Foreman grill. And then then I bring out the skillet and I put the, because I hate running the oven, and I just put the tater tots in the skillet. And then I make my own little, chicken bowl, right?
I have an air fryer. I have an air fryer I use for all my fries or tater tots.
Yeah. Ryan and Leslie have one. Hi, Jade. Hi, baby. I love you.
No, I'm sorry, Tony. I do not like.
I missed you.
Yeah.
I missed you so much, JD. I'm glad you're here tonight. We're just talking Halloween stuff, talking about whatever. We're just kind of hanging out. I'm enjoying my time with everybody and just talking food and fish fry and I remember going to I used to meet my friends up at the what is it? Not the Moose Lodge, but the other one. I used to meet them up there, and they would have, it was always Friday night was fish fry night, and it was always fun. You do that fish fry, and then you have karaoke, and you always had a good time. I keep wanting to say Elks Club, but it's not the Elks Club. The Legion, American Legion. I went there for years, and then I lived in Arizona. Then my ex and I, we did karaoke. We ran our karaoke show at the Moose Lodge, and on Friday nights, and they always had fish fry night and karaoke. So they would stick us in the back where everybody eats, in the little dining room at the Moose Lodge. You know what I would say? I'd get up there before we get ready to sing. I'd welcome everybody and everything because, I'd be like get out there and get everybody crazy. And I would go,
karaoke's fun.
Hello, everybody. And then I'd be like, the moose is, and everybody yell, loose. That's how we would start the show. The moose is loose. That was the thing that we would say. And they would give us drink chips, back then. And people would come in the back, and they'd be all happy and singing and, for hours or whatever. And then they leave and they go back into the bar. And then they go back in the bar and they would be getting more drunk, And then the same people that were coming in singing with us for a couple hours, right, or whatever, would start complaining that the music was too loud. And oh my gosh. I was like, really, dude? You were just in here, for what, 2 hours just having a good time. And then, he goes back in the other room, and then he comes back and he's all, they get all cranky, drinking or whatever. I call them all the old farts, would come back there because I wasn't old yet. Well, I'm not old. I don't even think of myself as old now either. I don't.
Yeah, last Thanksgiving, my husband, he took and smoked a ham.
He smoked a ham? How do you smoke okay, I'm being funny. How in the heck do you smoke a ham? How do you
gotta
put it
roll
up
the
in
paper.
your mouth and
You have
smoke
to
it?
roll the paper really tight.
It was so good though. And his little nephew that doesn't like anything, he come up to him, asked him what he's cooking. He said, a ham. He said, here, try a piece. And like I said, his little nephew don't like ham or anything. He loved this ham. He couldn't wait for it to get off the smoker.
Sure, that's the best way to do it. How many? What do you guys do? And we'll have a nice little, That's right. Thanksgiving's at the end, the 28th, I think, this month, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't it? So maybe we won't. Yeah, well, obviously we're not going to have a show on Thanksgiving because I'm sure I'll be at my son's house.
We always have our family over for our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I'm sure. But how did y'all cook your turkey?
We bake our turkey,
and I'll tell you how we used to do ours.
Baked usually, but yeah, smoked is good. Yeah,
those smokers that they got now are nice. My son has one.
We have
got one.
My husband has a grill that's actually a grill and a smoker all in one, and then he just bought an electric smoker.
Yeah, that's kind of like what my son has. Yeah. In fact, I got him, he has two smokers because when I was working at Home Depot, and we had a contest who could get the most credit cards out. And so, you know how people come through and you get them to open up credit cards. So you would have a contest, and it was mandatory that you get credit cards, get people, to get on credit cards or whatever. So ended up, at the end of the month, I had the most credit cards, I got the most credit cards for the month. So we had like 3 big old things that we could choose from. And one of them was a smoker. Another one was, one of those that used for cold drinks and stuff on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
You put the wheels and you can flip up. It's got 2 doors and you flip them up and you can put cold stuff inside or whatever,
nice,
like summer or whatnot. So I had one of those. So as soon as I ended up winning one of those one month and the smoker. So when it came time to move, I made sure that I kept them in the garage, because I knew eventually I was going to give them to Ryan and surprise him. So yeah, when I moved here, I made sure that stuff got moved with me. And so when I saw Ryan, I gave him, he just loved it. I gave him both, gave him both to use. So yeah, I thought, wow, they're nice gifts. You know what I'm saying? Just little prizes, and but so he smokes a lot. Leslie can't eat fish, so he doesn't really do much smoke fish, but he does do, he does the turkey, and sometimes I put the turkey in the smoker, and we did that a lot in Arizona too. IX had a smoker, and we put the turkey in the smoker. How do you guys in the chat, how do you cook your turkeys on Thanksgiving? Or what do you do for Thanksgiving? You go see family? What do you guys do? Since Thanksgiving's like so close already.
I have to work on Thanksgiving because it's always on a Thursday, and I work Thursday through Sunday. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I worked at Home Depot, we were always closed on Thursdays. So that was, always closed on Thanksgiving. It was the day after that was the killer because the day after was Black Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will never go to the Black Friday sale. Them things, no. Mm-mm. They're horrible.
Ooh, Scott's wife uses a roaster.
I won't. Oh, she uses a roaster? Okay.
Yum. Yep. That's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love it in the roaster.
But
you know how some people are meat and potato people, and some people are vegetarians. I'm a meat and more meat person. If you just had, I just had a whole plate full of meat, I'm happy. I don't need.
You're just
Well,
a meat kind of person. You like
Yeah,
meet and greet your meat.
that sounds bad. Yeah,
I'm
but I'm
not like that.
When I was a kid, I'd like vegetables. My
I like
mom
vegetables.
Oh, everybody's
but, you know.
listening. They're like, oh my God, she did not say that.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Jade.
know what's gonna come up,
Still
you know.
praying for you. Love you, Jade.
Ah,
Still praying for you and
All right.
Eric. So I hope it gets better.
Katie, I love you. Make sure you message me. I miss you.
Grilled turkey gravy. I
girl.
just don't eat gravy. I don't like gravy. It's like, I don't know why.
What? You don't like
I'm
what?
not potato. I don't like gravy, but I do like Brussels sprouts.
Ooh.
There's a
Ew,
trade-off
yuck.
there. I don't like Brussels. I don't like gravy and mashed potatoes, but I like Brussels sprouts as long as they're not overcooked. And when I make them, so I chop them in half, wash them really good, chop them in half, put them all in a pan, and then you pour balsamic vinegar on them and load them up with like 2 pounds of bacon and roast it in the oven.
Yeah, me and
man.
Michelle.
They're delicious. They're delicious that way.
My mom, I grew up on the frozen Green Giant. That's what we always say, the frozen.
I'm weird though. I like cabbage, but I don't like Brussels sprouts, which everybody says they're the same thing, but to me they're not.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not the same. They're not the same. No, Brussels sprouts taste like,
I don't know. They're weird. They have a weird taste.
They're just
They
baby
taste like dirt.
cabbages.
That's what everybody says, but I like cabbage, but I don't like Brussels sprouts.
I like coleslaw on the cabbage. I used to make, and I've done that like a long time, but it was so good. The kids will know when they were growing up. It's called Pigs in a Blanket, and you take hamburger, and then you take
I thought pigs in a blanket was dogs.
right. It's lettuce. You take the hamburger or whatever, and then the lettuce, and then
That's a weird pigs in a blanket. I thought pigs in a blanket was a hot dog wrapped up in a.
no, this was hamburger, and then I should look up pigs in a blanket, but it's hamburger, and then it's the it's a cabbage it's a cabbage that goes around it. That's what it's cabbage, and then you put it in the oven, you cook it for so long or whatever, and then you pour I think tomato sauce over it.
Oh, that's stuffed cabbage.
Huh?
That's stuffed cabbage.
Just stuffed cabbage? We used to call it
stuffed cabbage, because pigs in a blanket is you take a hot dog or a sausage, which looks like a little piggy, and wrap it up in a biscuit and bake it.
That's what I was saying. Pigs in a blanket. That's the hot dog wrapped up in like a crescent roll or something.
Yeah.
That's the only pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah. I remember my friend one time tricked. Those are. I can't eat those. I can't. I get really.
I don't like
sick
hot dogs.
Hot dogs. I get really sick from hot dogs.
Yeah.
Even
I do like
dad.
venison sausage, but I don't like hot dogs. If they made venison hot dogs, I would think about it. But no, that's what venison sausage is.
I thought my husband was picky. You're way pickier than my husband.
I don't know. I'm actually not that picky, but there are things that I don't like, and I'm just not.
So I'm just saying, it's just cabbage rolls. Just cabbage rolls.
Yeah, cabbage rolls.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love egg rolls.
I remember I tried to make a meatloaf one time, and I was like, oh, rice sounds really good. And I took the rice, and I didn't know. I was still newly married, whatever, and I'm like, I'm going to cook my husband. I'm going to cook for him. So I took the hamburger in the bowl, and I just took a cup of rice and just poured it on the hamburger. What do you think happened when I put it in the oven? And when it came out of the oven, my dogs wouldn't even eat it.
Oh.
It was all crunchy.
Yeah, you got to use like an 80-20 hamburger meat if you're going to put the rice in it uncooked, and then you got to cook it longer. You can make like a meatloaf with rice in it.
Don't you pre-cook the rice?
You don't have to. You can make porcupines or meatballs with rice in them. But you
Yeah.
can put the uncooked rice and the meatballs, but you got to put some other kind of liquid in there with it to make them cook right. Like meatballs, you can cook them in a gravy or a tomato sauce, but I don't like tomato sauce either. So, you know,
You don't like tomato sauce either? So that means you probably don't like ketchup.
I hate ketchup. I wouldn't eat ketchup even when I was a kid. No way.
Oh, no, no beef.
Not,
Oh,
that's not fit for human consumption.
Now I don't like ketchup. I don't do ketchup
No.
or regular mustard. I do like honey mustard.
Well, we
and
can't be
stuff.
friends then. You don't do ketchup. I have to go now.
No, we should be good friends because that means more ketchup for you.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's
But
a
I
perfect
like
fit.
ketchup, but I will not. I've never drank a Bloody Mary because to me that's like drinking like the V8 juice or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I don't like V8 juice.
oh God.
But I like
But
a Bloody Mary. I'm sorry, I don't like ketchup, but I like a Bloody Mary.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm weird though. I put relish on my hamburger instead of the pickle. I put relish.
Well, if my mom, anytime she made meatloaf, she knows I didn't like ketchup. She'd add, instead of ketchup, she'd just substitute with barbecue sauce.
I'm
That's
not
what
a
I
big
do.
fan of. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. Maybe it's just because I never knew. I don't know how to make it. Of meatloaf. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I could tell you some stories of my cooking. Cooking shenanigans.
You couldn't be no worse than my sister. My sister cannot cook. Not at all.
I'd rather like when I was with my ex, he barbecued everything, so I hardly ever cooked.
Bill H
once
said,
in a
we're
while.
losing guests. We're all going to go get some food. We're talking about food.
I know, everybody's
hungry.
everybody's hungry. You're losing guests. We're all going to get some food. Well, when I had my little farm, so for Thanksgiving, the morning of, or the Thanksgiving Eve was, we dig a big hole in the backyard, and we would put the turkeys and hams in the ground and cook them. And what it is you take, let's see how we used to do it. You had to get throw, I think, coals or something in that hole and get it really hot.
Yeah.
Get everything really hot. And then you would take the turkeys and the hams, you wrap them up in newspaper and you put them in the ground, and then you cover it up. And the next morning, as soon as you woke up, you could smell, the turkeys, the ham smoking underneath. And I tell you what, the first time that my husband did that, mine and Robert's dad did that, that night, I was like freaking out because his mom and dad were coming over for dinner and everything. And I'm like, all of a sudden I see my husband going out to the backyard, the little farm. And I'm like, where are you going with my turkey? I was crying. Where's my turkey? What are you doing? What's going on? And so, so the eve of it, we have a big bonfire, and then when the bonfire goes down, then I forgot they did it, but you can probably look that up. But next morning the neighbors brought over their hams and turkeys, put everything in there, and the next morning everybody comes and gets their stuff, and you would unwrap that newspaper off the turkey and the ham, and it would just, I wish Robert was in the chat. Wouldn't
the newspaper burn though?
Huh?
Wouldn't the newspaper burn and go away? Like,
seems like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how, because I just remember taking, I just remember digging up the ham and turkeys, and they were wrapped in foil and newspaper, and then the foil, wrapped foil around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't the ink from the newspaper make it taste disgusting?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I just remember
It just seems weird to me.
Yeah, but we did that for a couple years in a row. Let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah, deep fried turkey is good. I have had deep fried turkey. That's good.
Yeah, I love deep fried turkey.
But that's how a lot of fires get started too, though, because those fryers and stuff. You got to be really careful with them things.
Scuba. Scuba said he made a mental note to never let you cook for him.
I believe me. The first time that I cooked, I should have probably poisoned him a long time ago. Not my first husband, but my second husband. And I'm saying it on live YouTube. I made him. I made him because you know how they say, should have poisoned him a long time ago. But when we first started dating, I was like, "Oh, I'll cook you dinner." So I made him chicken, and I was still living at my girlfriend's, and I made him chicken, and he got food poisoning. He was really, really sick from the chicken. Probably could have died. And that was pretty much every time we bring up,
Cooking takes a lot of work. I just tried to run over my ex my husband with the car. Now he's my ex now because he's dead. He's 6 feet under. But yeah, I didn't try to cook for him. I just tried to run over him with the car. I'm like, do me a favor, get back there and see if the backup lights are working, because the cop said the backup lights weren't working. And he went and stood behind the car, and I slammed on the gas and tried to run over him. He did it twice. He got back there twice. I missed him twice. I'm a really sucky aimer.
That's why we all watch crime shows at night when we go to sleep. That's my favorite thing to do, is watch all these crime shows, Killer Wives.
So you can see what they did wrong. Why did they get caught? If they wouldn't have done this, they wouldn't have got caught. Yeah. No, I didn't care about getting caught. I just wanted him dead.
Watching crime shows when I go to sleep. That helps me go to sleep. I'm sadistic.
I like my reality shows. I'm a romanticist. I like my reality shows. I can't watch shows about, because then I dream about all that, people killing each other and everything. and yeah. What did Scott say? His wife jokes what?
About pushing him off a cliff on the Oregon coast.
Oh my goodness. Did you guys, Scott, did you guys have an earthquake or something? Because I saw something on the news that there was an earthquake near Oregon or something. So now we're talking earthquakes. So that's what, this is what the show's about. Just all of us hanging out and just talking whatever you feel like talking
But
about.
Scott, are you sure it's a joke?
Yeah.
That's what I said the first time my husband got behind the car. I said, I was just joking. And my foot slipped. I'm so sorry. Now could you go back and tell me if the backup lights are working?
It is Halloween. Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something on there. They're saying there was, I don't pay attention too much of that because with Robert living in California, I try not, think about that.
I used to sleep through earthquakes all the time. Earthquakes are nothing to me. I used to sleep through them.
Yeah, I like them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then they don't even make, I'm just thinking with cookbooks, they don't even make the Betty Crocker books anymore. Yeah,
no, but these are cookbooks. They can look it all up online. Who has cookbooks?
Yeah, and I remember when I packed up all I remember packing all the boxes and stuff, I was getting ready to move out of my house, and I had a box of kitchen stuff that I wanted to take with me. I was going through the cabinets and take what I want. And I remember putting some of the cookbooks in there with it. And I don't, how this goes when I never got that box. I don't know what happened to it. And it just broke my heart because I had all my cups and stuff, all your favorite stuff in there. And I remember him marking the box and everything, put my name on it. So, and he brought pretty much everything except my kitchen, that box of kitchen stuff. And probably ended up at the thrift store or something, but gosh dang,
my granddaughter has my mother's cookbook because my mother always she had the big old Betty Crocker book that you open and it had the like a notebook thing. You could open it up and add more pages. Yeah. All of her pages had her little things like, don't use this, and more of this and less, and so my granddaughter has it, but other than those little special touches she put on stuff, you can look up the recipe.
I'm gonna have to. Next time I'm at the thrift stores or Goodwill or whatever. You go by some of these thrift stores and you go where all the books are, and that's how I find a lot of my little books I like to read here or whatever. Maybe I can find a Betty Crocker book, right? Because you find everything else there. You go and look through all the books. It's kind of fun. I know I picked up a couple I like to collect like Bibles. I picked up a couple old Bibles, at the thrift store, and a book of poems and whatnot. So what's everybody saying?
That's hilarious. Scott sent me one of his wife's jokes on he PM'd me one of her jokes. That's funny. They're out there on a big cliff. On a big ridge, you can see. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. That's just funny.
So Scuba, do you so who does all the cooking at your house? Do you do all the cooking, Scuba? Like on Thanksgiving? Do you have Thanksgiving at your house, Scooby?
That's funny.
With the kids and stuff? Are you the cook? The barbecuers, Scooby? Or is Munchkin? Who does the cooking? If you're still there in the chat.
The
Scooby.
Texans are beating the Jets 7-0. Scuba said they eat there, so who cooks it, Scuba? You take
Yeah,
care of
there
it?
we go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, they both cook.
Oh, they both cook. Is that you sending me stuff? Is that you, Gypsy,
Not
sending
me.
me something? Oh, maybe
No.
that was Scott. Because my DM's going ding ding. Oh,
Might
you
be
both
Scott.
cook. I'm not real excited about, I never got really excited about Thanksgiving, when I was in Arizona. To me, it was so much work to cook, like
My husband usually does the meat,
potatoes.
and I do everything else.
And all
So
that.
we share our cooking responsibilities on Thanksgiving.
But that's nice. I the yams. I like the canned yams aren't too bad. I like the yams. Those are good.
I like fresh ones, but I love to cook. I did all the, I was a single parent for most of Michelle's life, but I did all the cooking because he wouldn't cook anything unless if he was hungry, it was open a can of beer or I cooked something. So I did all the cooking. And even when my daughter was really sick with the cancer, she was like, Mom, would you cook me this? Or would you cook me? Because I make everything from scratch. I don't use like hamburger helper. I make, like I would make beef stroganoff from scratch. And she loved it. But I like to cook, but I don't cook anymore.
I'll see if he's around. Tell him to jump on the chat.
Scott said, ooh, sweet potatoes, that's nasty. But I like
my mom's the one that taught me
sweet
to
potatoes
cook.
with the marshmallows on it. Yeah, I don't cook. I remember just one Christmas Eve, I thought when I first moved here, I wanted to have Ryan and Leslie over, and Ryan loves to cook, and he's really good at it. And Leslie's like me; she doesn't like to cook, but Ryan, he loves to cook. So anyway, well, I invited him over, and I bought the Stouffer's big thing of enchiladas, and put it in, I'd put it in the oven. But by the time the thing was, when he got finally, when they got to the house and everything, when we were going to eat and it was getting kind of late, he goes, Mom, you don't have the oven up high enough. But then I didn't realize there was already problems with the oven because I didn't really use it that much. But yeah, I was like, well, that was the last time that he let me cook, have me cook, He didn't say anything, but I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to have, I'll just go over to their house and let him cook, instead of, well, we did the enchiladas, finally had to cook, but it was like 25-30 minutes later, we were able to eat it, but it took forever. And you know how that is when you're hungry. And you're waiting for something to done. And
everybody just made peanut butter sandwiches and forget the enchiladas.
and I remember
now.
Thanksgiving, we always had the kids. We would have dinner in the, like in the basement. We would have, my mom would set up tables in the basement. But me and like us kids would, when you were younger, you sat at the kids' table. We had a little card table. You weren't allowed to sit at the table with the adults. You had to sit at, seriously, we sat at a little kids' table until we got older, more like in our teens, then we were allowed to sit. But then as we got older, we didn't want to sit with the adults. We wanted to sit with the kids. When we were kids, right? We wanted to sit with the adults. So just fun memories. What is Scott saying? I let you guys.
The plant he works at used to make sweet potato fries, and after a few days, the starch in the water flumes that move the whole potatoes and fries would smell sweet and sour at the same time. That just sounds disgusting.
Ew.
And if I used to live in California, when I lived in California, I lived right next to the Heinz tomato plant. And I'll tell you what, if I would have eaten ketchup before I lived next to that thing, I certainly wouldn't have afterwards, because it stunk so bad all the time. And we went over there because we were right next door to it. So we went over for a tour one time, and the tomatoes were rolling into the vats, and they had worms and stems and leaves and everything just all went in the vats. And I'm like, that's it. My daughter wouldn't eat ketchup after that. And she was like 4 or 5 when we went over there. She's like, never again. She would look at ketchup and gag.
Gosh.
Yuck.
No, I just remember even growing up at my dad's store that fresh rabbit was a delicacy. And I remember them bringing, I don't know what company they got it from, but I remember them bringing boxes of frozen, they were rabbits. Of course, they were already ready to sell, all, frozen and stuff, all skinned and whatnot. And my brothers would have to take the rabbit and put it on the slicer, cut it in, pieces, so they could, wrap it up and everything, so people would take them home and cook them. And they would, my brothers would just cut off the head part, and they would hold on to it, and they would come. I'd be like, doing my thing at work, and they would have just the head, and they would chase me around the back room with this rabbit. And I'll never forget, I could see the teeth.
Oh.
It used to freak me out.
Poor little rabbits.
I'll never forget that.
Although
I can't eat rabbits. I can't eat.
Oh, I won't.
When I did the survival course, I caught a rabbit, and it was delicious.
I don't know. My Ryan Robert's dad he did bow hunting and he did rifle, and he used to hunt rabbits. And I remember he brought the rabbit home, and I remember we had a doggy, and he would save the bunny tails, and it would make my dog nuts because he could smell the bunny tail. And he would take the bunny tail and he would hang it like on a fan, like the ceiling fan or something, just to irritate the dog or whatnot. And I remember, he says, I'll cook the rabbit for you. It'll be really good. And I looked down on the plate, whatever, I was going to eat it. And there was still rabbit hair on it. And I think there was still like a little pellet in it. And I'm like, and I never touched it again. I was
No.
I'm like, no, disgusting.
Yeah.
You're just like
Really?
in our 20s or whatever. So, you had.
Scott said they had rabbits when they were growing up. They were real young, and suddenly they disappeared and they had chicken.
Oh gosh. All right, so we're winding this down. So who's in the chat, Gypsy? Who do we got left?
Well, let's see. John Wayne went to take medicine, and Jade had to go because she was having pain, and I think I thought somebody else left. But we still got Bill H and Tony Marzano and Walter and Scott and Scuba.
Are they still hanging with
I
us?
think Deweese is Deweese still here? I haven't
Stop.
heard from her in a while. Deweese might be
Stop.
gone. But yeah, it was, and so really quick. Tomorrow night is Scuba Vapes.
Yes.
And on YouTube. So join us for Scuba Vapes because, we get to play flip coin and mod heists and have all kinds of fun and listen to all kinds of good stuff with Scuba and Munchkin. And then next Tuesday, we got the Tuesday night hangout with Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane and Will and Cupcake Krista and Nick J. And they usually have another guest. DP was on there last week.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, look for Jade in case she's feeling better. And that brings us back to the Treehouse. And thanks everybody for coming into the Treehouse tonight.
There we go. Nice. Yes. Thank you, chatters and listeners and viewers and all that. This is just kind of like the Halloween. Let's all hang out in the Treehouse, talk, chat, talk about all kinds of stuff. And I'm just thankful for everybody. I really am. And so I'll read this real quick. And it's just a short one. It says, learn something every day. Every day, open your mind to something new. It can come from nature, from others, or from within. Be aware. Question the mundane. Mundane? How do you say it? M-U-N-D-A-N-E.
Mundane.
Mundane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what does mundane mean?
It means ordinary.
Huh?
It means ordinary. Plain.
Oh, we are far from ordinary, girlfriends. We are far from ordinary, okay? We're the strong women. We are strong women. I would say strong women unite, and we do. Every Thursday we get together. You are my strong women. And allow new things into your consciousness and relish the challenge. Every day is ignorant only on different subjects. That's pretty cool. This little book, maybe Leslie gave it to me. She finds all these cool books. It's just called Be Happy. Be happy. Be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy.
So I always love to. So now I just add a new book to my other book. So when I open up the show, I can read, short little things or whatever. So I will just thank you guests and chatters and all that stuff, my viewers and listeners, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my show, please subscribe. Gypsy, you have a YouTube channel.
I do.
So you have to subscribe to your show. I have 103 subscribers now. Yay! So let's get it to 110. So I just we'll get on there. And everybody's listening, just subscribe to my show. Let's get it to 110 to end the year. And this year we're almost only 2 months already, and the year is over. And that's the funny thing is, I don't go to sleep till 12. I don't fall asleep till 12:30. So when I hit midnight, I'm always in my head. I'm always like, well, I made it to another day. I made it into Tuesday. I made it into.
Yay! I lived one more day.
Yeah. So when you get like me or whatever, I don't know why my back's been hurting lately though. I don't know if it must just be because I'm getting older or something. I don't know. But I'm getting some new walking shoes because I couldn't figure out when I go walking. The shoes I had, my walking shoes, I bought them in 2021. And I talked to my personal trainer, and I'm going to ask him about exercises for my back. I've never had back issues. And see what he said, that I probably need new shoes. So when I'm around the house, I don't wear shoes in the house, because I'd be stepping on the cat. So I'm just in my socks. And or I would trip over my shoes in the house. I don't need to wear shoes in the house or whatever. But I can't figure out why my back gets tired. And it's just like sometimes I'll be trying to clean out my closet, and I'm like, what's wrong with my back? I never have back issues, but I have to say I'm pretty blessed, at this point, this at my age or whatever, that's all I can have to complain about,
Yeah.
I must have had some pretty good. See, I'm adopted, the genes or whatever must have been pretty strong or something. I don't know what kind of jeans they were wearing. No, just kidding. Whatever the best. If they were wearing the designer jeans, and that's why I'm living longer or something.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I have designer jeans. That's what it is. That's why I'm living longer. Does that make sense? It's a designer. Because the designer jeans last longer than the Kmart jeans. So I don't have Kmart jeans.
It's the Levi's.
I have Gucci jeans. I don't know. I have those Gucci jeans. Yes. I'm expensive. That's what it is. Yes. That's why I'm living longer or whatever. Because I have those. But anyway, I just love you all so much. And I so appreciate everybody just hanging out with us for a little while tonight. And we're going to roll right into November. Next Thursday already. And so we'll just celebrate. I'm going to figure out some things. I'm waiting for my stickers and stuff from my last guest, Paul.
Oh yeah.
Paul. Yes. So many names to remember. Yes, I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for. I sent him my address and everything, but I don't know. Guys are the worst for checking their DMs. I'm gonna say it. You guys are the worst. Because I can DM, somebody or whatever, and because they'll say, yeah, send me a DM, give me your address, I'll send it in. Okay, and I'll send it, and I'm like, I'll get no response.
Did you get it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I even put that on there too. Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Are you alive?
Yeah. So I'm still waiting for my stickers from Paul.
You don't have to worry unless they answer no.
Yeah.
By the way, I put my YouTube channel in the chat. Does Michelle have a YouTube channel? Or Facebook or anything you want to share in the chat?
I have Facebook. Heck, I can't remember what it is though. Just under my name.
Yeah, Scott, you're good at replying. Yes, we know you are, Scott. We know that you are. There's just a few out there that, and sometimes I just message them to maybe be a guest on the show. And, it's like, okay, that's fine. Just say yes or no. That's all you have to say,
All you get is crickets and dead airspace.
Yes. Yeah, some of them. It's just like, and then there's others that are like, yeah, let's do this. But anyway, yes, she already knows it's close to 10 o'clock. So she's already sitting up right there on her house. So you guys all be safe tonight. And yes, I am. Walter says I'm high dollar. Yeah, I'm high maintenance. When I go shopping with my daughter-in-law, our taste for clothing, we're so alike, but we're different, and our clothing tastes are so different. And she'll pull stuff off the shelf, and I was just like, and I'm just like, Ryan's just like me. He likes what he likes. My son, he likes what he likes, and I'm really hard to buy for as far as clothes and stuff. I don't wear dresses, even though they made me wear dresses at my sister's. When we had that sister's weekend, they bought me a dress, and they, buy a dress, for our dinner. We all went out to dinner, and I did not feel comfortable in that at all. I did not like it at all. It's just,
I don't wear dresses. No.
I'm not used to dresses. So, thank you, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, my boy, he's so happy. I'm so proud of him. So you guys, I will see you all, and in the chat. I always hang out. We always hang out and stuff. And otherwise, I will see you all next Thursday here at Lindy's Treehouse. And you all be safe. Make sure when you're, climbing down the treehouse, down the ladder, don't slip. Okay, just be careful. And you know, I hope the bats flying around your head didn't you know, didn't scare you tonight while you're sitting in the treehouse, because they wanted to visit us
All
tonight.
right, we got this going.
So here we go. I'm going to give the
Love you
hearts,
guys.
everybody. I love you guys so much, and prayers out to all my peeps that are dealing with so many things right now. I love you, Eric. I love you, Jade. I've got another friend, Vinny, and his wife's got cancer, and he's dealing with that right now. And my heart goes out to everybody, and much love. Y'all, I'll be safe, and I'm going to say good night, and I will see you all next. This mouse. I'm gonna smash the mouse here in a second because it's fighting with me. And I'll see you all next week. You guys party on. Minnie Mouse is gonna call it and go eat some cheese. So I will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
And stream.